Every year, on the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau in January 1945, we solemnly mark Holocaust Memorial Day here in Dublin. I now invite Mr. Alan Shatter, TD, Minister for Justice, Equality and Defence, to give his keynote address.
Today we remember the 6 million Jews who died in the Shoah, and also other victims of the barbarity of the Third Reich, the Roma and Sinti communities, Slavs, gay men, disabled persons, Jehovah's Witnesses, and dissidents. We remember that erasing European Jewish civilization from the face of the earth was a German war aim. Indeed, if Nazi Germany's wartime objectives had been fulfilled, we should never forget in this state that the thoroughness of the planned liquidation of European Jewry included the elimination of 4,500 members of the Irish Jewish community.
I am here today not because who I am, but because what I am. I am a Jew and I am a survivor of the Holocaust. I was incarcerated in Bergen-Belsen concentration camp along my mother, grandmother, aunt, brother, and cousin from November 1944 until the liberation of the camp in April 1945. What I witnessed as a 9-year-old boy is impossible to describe.
We must prevent future generations from thinking of the Holocaust in terms of anonymous, faceless numbers. Each victim has a name. We will now read the names of many of those who perished in the Holocaust, cherished family members of people living in Ireland. In this small way, we honor their memory and give them a personal Irish memorial. I invite pupils of Stratford College, Dublin, Dewish College, Kilkenny, Oatlands College, Dublin, Our Lady's Bower, Athlone, to read from the scroll of names.
Haya Millikman, Jogavit Millikman, Hayam Meir Millikman, Nuzin Note Faulkner, Esther Zark Jakubowicz, Memi Alta Millikman, Levi Falchler, Izzy Falchler, Nathan Falchler,
Etty Steinberg,
Johanna Karlsberg Zummer,
Leon Gluck,
Emil Zummer,
Wojciech Gluck, Moishe Tablotsky, Sahava Tablotsky, Raquel Tablotsky, Hatzel Abram, Belia Abram, Osea Joseph Abra, Sigmund Selig Cohn, Ida Cohn, nie Wintersberg, Heinrich Herbst, Caroline Herbst, nie Wolf, El Zamak, nie Herbst, Denny Zamak.
There has only ever been a handful of Holocaust survivors in Ireland, and in the past 2 months we have lost both Zoltan Zin Collis and his sister Edith. They were very young children when they were found in the just liberated Bergen-Belsen concentration camp by Dr. Bob Collis, a Red Cross volunteer who took charge of a makeshift children's hospital in the camp. In 1946, Dr. Collis brought Zoltan and Edith back to Ireland, where he reared them as members of his own family. Zoltan married and raised the family, and in recent years he addressed thousands of school pupils about his Holocaust experiences. Each year for 10 years, Zoltan would address us on Holocaust Memorial Day. He is survived by his wife Joan, his daughters, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Edith remained single and lived in Wicklow. She passed away 3 weeks after Zoltan. It is traditional at Holocaust memorial events to light 6 candles in memory of the 6 million Jewish victims of the Shoah. It is our custom at the Holocaust Memorial Day commemoration in Dublin to also light candles in memory of other victims of the Nazis. The first candles are dedicated to the memory of people with disabilities and disabling conditions who were murdered, starved to death, and forcibly sterilized by doctors and other willing helpers. I call upon Deirdre Spain of Inclusion Ireland and John Dolan, CEO of Disability Federation of Ireland, to light their candles. We will always remember. The next candles are to honor the memory of the Romani people of Europe who were rounded up, murdered, displaced, and forcibly sterilized by the Nazis. I call upon Christian Murasan and Irena Sendu of the Roma Project in Pavy Point to light their candles. We will always remember. I call upon Joe Katz, whose mother Frida survived Auschwitz, Charlotte Kaplan, whose father Raphael Orbach survived Buchenwald and Theresienstadt.
The Holocaust is an event that happened at the core of our civilization, the heart of our culture, and in the midst of societies resembling our own. The Holocaust was mainly the Jewish people's, but its lessons are universal. So many Holocaust victims were betrayed by trust, betrayed by justice, betrayed by the pillars that uphold our very society and our way of life. The burden of damage has been passed through the generations. Our duty is clear. It is not enough to be good. We must know what to do when we face evil. It is not enough to know what we stand for. We must know what we stand against. It is not enough to educate our own children about tolerance. We must lift the crippling burden of hate from all children in the world. The Holocaust did not begin with gas chambers and crematoria. It began with whispers, taunts, stereotyping, attitudes, and prejudice. The story of the Holocaust calls on us to strengthen our resolve, to combat anti-Semitism in all of its manifestations, to reject Holocaust denial, and to commit to challenging every example of intolerance that we witness.